Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Rudess, a renowned keyboardist and composer with a career spanning several decades. With his upcoming Top of the World tour in Jakarta, we're excited to learn more about his musical journey and creative process and what's next on his horizon. Please welcome Rudess. Hi.
Thank you so much. Nice to be
Yeah.
with you.
Thank you for joining me today. My name is Marvel, and I'm from Unexplained Media. I'm also currently studying media communication for my degree. So everything that comes up from my mouth today is from curiosity. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Okay, so first question is, you'll be embarking on your Top of the World tour this year with your last stop in Jakarta. What can the fans expect from you, from your live performances, and how do you keep your show fresh and exciting?
Yeah. Well, we put a lot of work into our live shows. We take it very seriously. And we have an incredible following in Indonesia and in Jakarta. And so
Yeah.
we're going to bring our full energy to the people. We have a lot of cool music to play for everybody. Our set has been changed since the last time we toured, and we added about 45 minutes of new material as well. Different material, I should say, than what we were playing. And so, and new video, and it's going to be a big kind of experience. It's going to be really a lot of fun for everyone.
Yeah, we sure do. Last year, you played in West Java, Indonesia. Although this is technically the same Top of the World tour, I know the show will be quite different. Can you tell us a bit about what makes this Jakarta concert unique with a different set and different visual accompaniment?
Yeah. What makes it unique? Well, I think, every time we come, we try to do something different. So I think that's the main thing about it, is that the audience will be able to hear different songs and see different things. And yeah, I mean, that's just what it's going to be.
All right. Next, when you are preparing for a tour, how long do you practice every day? And what do you practice, especially for this upcoming tour?
Yeah. Well, we have been on tour, but we took a little break now, and then we're going back. So my process is basically a review process. So, which I haven't started yet, but I will soon, just to refresh, get rid of what we call cobwebs, after a couple of months of not playing, maybe you start to forget a little bit of this or that. So, I'll spend some time before I head out to Asia and just kind of re-look at everything and make sure my mind is clear on everything. But I'm always practicing, in general, keeping my fingers moving, whether it's on the keyboard or these days on the guitar. I just, I'm always playing music, and that's just kind of like my life and what I do.
This is the third time Raja Wali Indonesia, as your official event promoter, is going to bring back Dream Theater to Indonesia. Is there any special memory you ever remember when visiting Indonesia, and how this promoter provided the service?
Yeah, well, let's see. The last time we were there, we had a very nice time because we stayed at a really cool hotel. And our experience was pretty fun, pretty cool. And every time we come, it's always interesting, that's for sure. Such a different culture than anywhere else. And when I have a chance, I'll try to go out and walk a little bit or see something, if there's time. So hopefully this time I'll have a little chance to also look around a little bit and experience some of the culture.
Yeah, you should. A lot of culture in Indonesia is very unique here.
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to piggyback a little. You were already into music as a child because at the age of 9, you entered Juilliard School of Music in college. Is there anything in your mind as a little child that you are different from the others and you are going to be popular as now?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I was studying classical music. I went to Juilliard, which is the famous classical music school. And then when I was about 19, I decided to leave and kind of veer away from the classical path into electronic music and progressive music. And that's when I discovered the synthesizer. Matter of fact, the instrument that I discovered, I think, is right behind me. This one, this mini Moog. Yeah.
Very cool.
I'll show you. This is the first synthesizer I played coming out of Juilliard. So it's very meaningful to me, that instrument. But that was in the early 70s, you know, probably like 1974. But yeah, this you know, this path has been so interesting because of my leaving classical music, getting into electronics and synthesizers, and you know, and discovering all the magic that an electronic instrument, electronic keyboard could bring to, you know, could bring out to the world and bring to me as a person. And that journey for me has never stopped. I mean, I'm interested in the technology and new things and new ways of expression. And I have a new instrument that I just got that's also life-changing for me. It's called an Osmos. It's a new keyboard. Osmos. It's made by a French company. It's made by a French company called Expressive E. And it takes the keyboard and it turns the keyboard into almost like what I call a continuous instrument, like a violin or a wind instrument, because of the way that it functions. Like, it's really fascinating. People should look it up. Osmos is it's called, the spelling is Osmose, the Osmos.
So, amazing. Cool. Your piano and keyboard skills are so out of this world, and you've been playing it for many years. How did you first get interested in playing piano, and what inspired you to pursue it as a career?
Yeah, so as the story goes, I was in my second grade classroom at school, and there was a piano there, and I would walk over to the piano and just play. Of course, I had never taken any lessons, and one day my teacher called up my parents and said, "Hey, Jordan is playing the piano so nicely in the classroom. It's a really nice thing to have him playing." And my mother was like, "What are you talking about? Because we don't have a piano and I don't know anything about it." Yeah. And the teacher said, "Well, you should get one because he really loves it and he's playing." So after that, my mother bought a piano, a beautiful white,
that's so sweet,
baby grand white piano. And I started taking lessons. I never stopped. I've been playing like pretty much my whole life. So that's just been who I am like the whole time since that beginning.
Amazing stories. Without a doubt, you've been in this field for decades. How do you see the role of technology evolving in the music industry? And what do you believe will be the most significant developments in the coming years?
Yeah, well, that's a great question and something that I'm so passionate about. You know, I'm very involved with technology as someone who, you know, develops my own software with partners, is a consultant for companies that are making audio software, and it's something that I really love to do. So a couple of areas that are interesting to me. One is technology as a means to provide further expressive possibilities for the musician. Like this instrument I was just telling you about is a good example of that. It uses technology as a way to allow us as human beings, as players, to use our physical bodies in ways, and our minds in ways to make music that just weren't even possible before, because the technology is more and more advanced. So many of the things that I create myself, whether it's something like GeoShred, GeoShred is the name of my most successful, I guess you could say, iOS application, soon to be on desktop. The other side of it is the whole AI thing, which is, to me, it's fascinating. Yeah. You know, teaching these computers to understand, you know, different styles of music and using them as advanced creative tools. I'm of the feeling that these AI things, whether they be about music or academics or language or however you're using it, or art, are advanced tools. They're the next level of tools that can be really, really inspiring and really helpful to create, and they can even be entertaining. Of course, there's the argument that AI is like a bad thing, and all these things, and it certainly could be. It depends on the way you're using them, and the way you're kind of like developing the tools. I think it's in the hands of the people who are like using them. How are you using the tools? What is the purpose behind it?
I want to go back again to about your Top of the World tour. Your upcoming tour will feature a mix of classic Dream Theater songs, of course. How do you decide on the set list for your shows? And what can the fans expect in terms of the overall sounds and atmosphere of the performance?
The set lists are always interesting to put together because our songs in general are pretty long. So, and we also want to make sure to include a lot of different music when we play. So it's a lot of strategic kind of thinking about these kind of things. Generally, we'll take a consensus about what songs maybe somebody doesn't want to play or does want to play. And quite often what happens is John Petrucci will kind of take that information in, and he'll present some ideas for like the set list and ask us if it, our thoughts about it. So that's the general way that it happens. We also have like, it's a puzzle because we're told we have to play, let's say, for a very particular amount of time. So we have to look and see what all the songs, the length of the songs are. And we like to make sure that we include music from different albums, maybe something people haven't heard for a while. So, it's a puzzle, but we managed to work out the puzzle, and that's how it kind of comes together. And, we take our shows very seriously. We like to entertain as performing musicians, not only with the music, but we also have a lot of cool videos in back of us when we play. So people can expect to come and see, a full experience rather than just maybe a, audio concert. So that makes it, I think, pretty special.
Really, really can wait. After you guys end your Top of the World tour, is there any chance that Dream Theater planning or working on a new project soon, maybe like a new single or even an album?
Well, yeah, I mean, Dream Theater has been doing this for so long, and we usually do a tour, and then we take a break, and we do an album, and that's what we do. That's our business, and that's our passion as well, I should say. But yeah, so when we finish touring, which will probably end up around August, we'll take a little break, and then at some point we'll go into the studio and create something new.
Without giving too much further detail, could you describe in one word what this concert, Top of the World tour, will be like in Jakarta soon in near future? And also, please give us the explanation of why you're choosing that word.
Did you say one word?
Yeah, and then you explain it why you're choosing that word.
Oh, okay. Let's say, I don't. Maybe this is more like two words, but kind of one.
Yeah,
Mind blowing.
that's okay.
Let's say mind blowing. Right.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then I want to go back again about your career. What advice would you give to aspiring musicians out there and artists who are maybe looking to make their mark in the music industry? And what do you believe is the key to success in this field?
My advice to young musicians are to think about your craft and enjoy making your music, but also think about who you are as a person and individual growth. And, all of it matters so much when you go about having a career. You not only want to be good at like whatever you're doing, guitar or keyboards, but you also want to be able to really express yourself in the world, and in your communications. You want your energy to be balanced and strong, and to generate something positive, and I think that way you stand a chance of being successful in the world, and you'll enjoy it as well. So yeah, think about the music in your craft, certainly, but what's beyond that, what's really, the really important stuff. Maybe using your music and your practice as a form of kind of meditation, and a way to be grounded peaceful, you know, in yourself and present that energy to other people. And I think that that's my main kind of like offering of suggestion to anybody, musician or non-musician alike.
That's pretty good and inspiring advice. And yeah, Mr. Jordan, that's totally it. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. But before I go, could you say one little Indonesian language? It is Sampai Jumpa Indonesia. The meaning of that word is see you there, Indonesia.
Sampai Jumpa, is that how you say it?
Sampai Jumpa Indonesia.
Sampai Jumpa. Sampai Jumpa Indonesia.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Jordan Rudess, for taking the time to speak with me today. I can't wait to see your upcoming Top of the Concert in Jakarta. I wish you all the best.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It's nice to meet you, and good luck with your
So nice to
studies
meet you.
and everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you again.
Yeah, I promise you, I'm gonna see you again in Jakarta.
Excellent. Okay, take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.